What is up, you guys? It's Serotonin here, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a review of chapter 138 of Jujutsu Kaisen, so let's go ahead and get into it. Let me first start off by saying that this was a chapter I was really looking forward to, especially given all the information that we received in chapter 137 with Yuta being reintroduced into the story, the JJK world being in complete ruin in the wake of the Shibuya incident, information surrounding Gojo, Principal Yaga, and Geto, not to mention the announcement of Yuji's impending execution and Yuta being the executioner. All of that served to get me really hyped for this week's chapter, and let's just say it did not disappoint at all. This week's chapter covered a lot of ground and gave us a lot of information that I believe will be important moving forward in the series. But anyways, let's get into the actual review. Chapter 138 starts off at the Zenin clan compound, and here we are introduced to a new member of the clan, Special Grade 1 sorcerer Noya Zenin, who is having a conversation with a nameless woman about Maki and Mai. And apparently, it looks as though Maki Zenin is dying, and all I can say is that I sincerely hope that Gege Akutami isn't like Isayama, because now is not the time for Maki to die. I repeat, now is not the time for Maki to die. But I digress. As Noya continues to have his conversation with the woman about both Mai and Maki, we once again get to see the differences between the two. Noya states that even though Mai may act tough, she still knows how to be a woman because she is someone who can walk 3 steps behind a man, thus showing she knows how to support one. Careful, Noya, your misogyny is showing. This moment, however, I thought really spoke to how Mai has a more submissive nature and is someone who sort of accepts her position in life even if she disagrees with it without putting up much of a fight, whereas Maki is more dominant. She's not someone who's just going to take something lying down. A prime example of this being how she's actively rebelling against the Zenin clan, seeking to become the clan head even though she can't see curses or use cursed energy. Speaking of clans and clan heads, as Noya's conversation ends with the unnamed woman, we move into a room where we are introduced to 2 more Zenin clan members, both of whom are Special Grade 1 sorcerers who happen to be chastising Noya for his late arrival, Ogi Zenin and Junichi Zenin. At this point, you guys, we're really out here having a whole Zenin clan family reunion, and as we all know, reunions for the most part only happen for one of 2 reasons: weddings and or death, and for the Zenin clan, it's the latter. So, as Noya is being criticized by Junichi and Ogi for being late to the gathering, even though he knows that his father is dying, we see that he doesn't really care. Which is evident when he thinks to himself, it doesn't matter if I come or not, because the next head of the Zenin clan is me. My older brothers are all losers, and you, my uncle, which he states in reference to Ogi, haven't amounted to much, despite being his little brother. So right then and there, we realize that Ogi is actually the younger brother of Nobito Zenin. But then Noya proceeds to say, and his daughter is out of the question. So it seems as though Ogi has a daughter. And this statement got me thinking, could Ogi Zenin be the father of both Maki and Mai? With Noya stating that Ogi's daughter is out of the running, it made me think about Maki because Maki has no curse energy and is the older of the 2 sisters, which would put her closer in line to becoming head, but no one would consider her as a serious candidate due to her lack of curse energy. So I don't know, you guys. Ogi Zenin could potentially be the father of both Maki and Mai. Plus, you guys can't deny the resemblance. He even has his hair kind of slicked up, sort of kind of how Maki has hers. So I don't know what to tell you. Regardless though, as they stand in the room, an old man named Furudate comes in and states that Nobito Zenin has passed, and he begins to read his will. He states that the 27th head of the Zenin clan is to be Noya Zenin, and he will essentially inherit all of the Zenin clan's possessions upon approval of either Ogi or Junichi Zenin. But there is a one major caveat that catches everyone's attention, and it goes like this. If Satoru Gojo has died or becomes mentally incapacitated for any reason, a written agreement concluded with Toji Fushiguro will welcome Megumi Fushiguro into the Zenin clan, whereupon he shall become the head of the Zenin clan. Megumi Fushiguro is set to become the next clan head. But this whole ordeal did make me wonder whether Gojo being incapacitated or not would cause such a dramatic change in who Nobito would want to be the clan head of the Zenin family. But I'll save that for another video. Upon Noya receiving the news, we see how enraged he truly is. Like, this was a man who thought he was 100%, without a shadow of a doubt, pun intended, going to become the next head of the clan. Megumi wasn't even a thought that crossed his mind, and because he knows that Ogi and Junichi would side with Megumi over him, even though they barely know Megumi, he swiftly exits the room and gets to work, because my man is trying to secure his position as clan head. So he tells the nameless woman to notify the higher ups that he will kill Itadori Yuji, Sukuna's vessel. But his main objective is not Itadori. It is in fact none other than Megumi. And because he knows Megumi is out looking for Yuji, he plans to take out Megumi under the guise of doing the higher ups' biddings of dealing with Itadori. And with the state of the world after the Shibuya incident, he knows people won't have the time to question him. So this man literally concocted a plan to deal not only Itadori in, but Megumi in, so he can remain head of the Zenin clan right on the spot. Talk about quick thinking, y'all. With the conclusion of the short episode of Keeping Up with the Zenins, we shift over to Yuki, and we see her taking in the city in the aftermath of the Shibuya incident. And she states the reason she didn't act faster is because she didn't know the situation had reached this point. And once again, she reiterates that all she wants is to eradicate cursed spirits. Don't we all, Yuki? Don't we all? Then we see Itadori. My poor child. I just want to give him the biggest hug known to mankind, because look at him. He needs it. He's just sitting on some steps looking nothing less than burdened. Choso enters and sees him and asks him if his injuries are alright. Yuji states that he's fine and that he can feel the power of Sukuna growing. Then Choso tells Yuji not to worry about him and that he can return to Jujutsu High, as Choso has things to take care of anyway. But then Itadori states that he's not worried about Choso, and I'm not gonna lie, I thought this moment was a little bit funny, because here's Choso being like, oh, don't worry about me, you know, live your life, and Itadori's like, I'm not worried about you, like, not at all. What Itadori is really worried about is that he won't be able to stay with everyone anymore, because now he knows that Sukuna is plotting something involving Megumi, and that he realizes he has killed so many people. So essentially Itadori is distancing himself to protect the others. Then he apologizes to Choso about killing his brothers, and Choso says it's fine and that it's not about forgiving or not forgiving, because brothers are just like that. Man, Itadori really turned a fearsome enemy into a powerful ally. Like, I really hope in later chapters that we delve into what Yuji's manipulating memories ability is all about. But with that, they both take off and continue exercising cursed spirits. So chapter 138 concludes with a panel of the faces of Choso, Itadori, Yuta, and Noya, all of whom look serious. This chapter was solid as always, and I can't wait to see what happens from here. Will Megumi find Itadori? How will Yuta react to knowing that Noya plans to kill Itadori? And how will Megumi react to knowing that he's to be the next clan head? So many questions. But anyways, that's it for today's video. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe for more. I would appreciate it. But catch you all next time.